Hello and welcome back to Spoony Squared. I am coming to you from Corfu in Greece, and I said last week I wasn't sure if I'd be able to do a video because I was going to be on holiday and I wasn't sure about the connectivity, but here we are, and the connectivity is great, the Wi-Fi is great, so nothing to worry about. As you can hear, I do still have a bit of a croaky voice, but it's a lot better than it was last week. So I hope you're having a great week. Before we get into it, I want to remind you to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified the next time there is a Spoony Squared video. So today I wanted to talk about going on holiday. I thought it was very apt given that I am indeed on holiday, and talk about the challenges and the opportunities of being away and when it impacts our careers when we're a spoonie. I think the general consensus is that when they're good, holidays are great and they can add a lot of benefit. They can be fun, they can be adventurous, and they can be inspiring. And that's what I love most about holidays, I think, is the change of perspective really inspires me, lights me up, takes me to a new place creatively. So it's a very fun thing to do and can be an incredibly enriching thing to do. But that doesn't mean it doesn't come without its challenges. And especially, like I said, I wanted to talk about this in the context of work, because we can talk a little bit about the challenges of going on holiday when you're a spoonie, and obviously that's different for all different people. But I think one of the main challenges can actually be that we, in our normal day-to-day life, know that we're kind of steady and routine with our working lives, and we know like where our money's coming from and how we're earning it and what our days consist of. And then when you go away, that routine is broken. Now, if you're in employment and you have a salary and you're taking holiday, then that's excellent, excellent news, because that takes away some of the worries. It doesn't take away the challenges of stepping out of your day-to-day routine, but at least you know you're still getting paid. For other people like me, we are working for ourselves or kind of freelancing, lots of casual contracts that people might be on. When you're on holiday, you're not getting paid, so that does add an extra layer of stress on top of stepping out of your normal routine. So I want to talk a little bit about some of those challenges and how we overcome them in more detail. So first of all, let's just think about that one around money and that extra stress that might lead to. This is something that we can work on before we go away. So this is really all about planning, all about figuring out what are the comfortable levels of obviously financial investment you give to pay for a holiday, but also what is it that you're willing to walk away from? How many days of work, if you are, like I said, on a casual contract or you are working for yourself, can you get ahead in any way? So really budgeting to know that you can have that holiday and not have to worry when you are there. That's really easier said than done, I know that, because often things are quite unpredictable anyway in our lives, so you can't always know exactly how much you have, how much you don't have. But the thing is this, if you find yourself on holiday, your financial situation is your financial situation. It is what it is, and you can make a choice then, knowing your financial situation. If you are away, you can obviously choose to not spend too much money when you're on your holiday, and it's relatively easy to do holidays in a budget fashion. But the other thing is that recognizing all the benefits of a holiday, you may not get them if you spend all of your time stressing. So allowing yourself to come to terms with wherever you are financially will allow you to get everything else that you need from your holiday. And let's be real, just a week abroad isn't necessarily going to change if you're in autistic burnout or anything like that, but it can help to rejuvenate, refresh, and as I said, give you inspiration, perspective, and many other benefits that you can get from your holiday. So kind of putting to bed and trying to plan ahead and figure out, okay, this is what I need financially. And this is what I'm going to need to do when I get back as well. And actually, for me, that's my favorite tip, is knowing that there's things lined up for when I get back. So at least on the financial side of things. So then let's talk about the other bit, coming out of your routine. And I find this quite challenging. Not only do I find it challenging when I'm away, but I find it challenging in the lead up to a holiday. If you're spending time preparing to go away, then, for example, if you have made a decision to do extra work before you go away, that's disrupting your routine. If you need to pack and sort things out before you go away, that's extra things in that routine before you go away. So one thing I don't do anymore is try to overdo it before I come on holiday, because it just adds to the stress. And perhaps controversially, I don't think that you have to not work when you're on holiday, especially if you enjoy what you do. I don't think that adds to the pressure and the stress necessarily, depending on what you're doing. Work is no different to life. Work is a part of life. And if you enjoy your work, why not do it? We enjoy reading books on holiday. We enjoy writing in our journals on holiday. We enjoy making videos on our holiday, editing videos on our holiday, whatever it might be, emailing people. Although the more interaction with people, I would probably reduce on holiday, but that's particularly because I know that I can get quite stressed out by other people. So definitely kind of thinking about that build up towards the holiday is a good idea, and making a decision on how you're going to manage it, and whether you're going to let yourself get so stressed before you go away that you're actually not going to enjoy your holiday because you've already stressed yourself out and maybe burnt yourself out through that stress. Perhaps it's better to be like, actually I can be kind of chill, because once I'm away I could pick up that email, I could send that invoice, and it's okay, it's going to take a few minutes, and that's kind of personal preference, but I personally think that really, really helps. And then when you get away and you are changing your routine, again, this is something I think I really struggle with. So this is less to do with work, but more about making the most of the holiday and getting your intended benefits from it. Now, there's two different things here. Often I go on holiday by myself, and what I do then is it allows me to plan my days, plan the things I really want to do, and do them at my pace and in my timing. And of course, that can be helpful, but you can also still find it, like I'm away with other people now, so and I can still find that peace when I'm away with other people. But I have realized that something that does cause me a lot of stress is to kind of not have a sense of what we're doing, not necessarily to have every single thing planned out every single day, but to have a good sense of sort of, this is what we might be doing this day and this is what we might be doing that day. That really, really helps me kind of, so I can figure out the cadence of the week and what's going to be going on. And then also making sure that when you are with other people, you don't neglect your own needs, obviously, which is, I know, way easier said than done. So this is to do with, I don't know, it might be what time you get up, what times you go to bed, how much time you've got to yourself. And I definitely find that if I'm away with people, because I'm used to living alone, when I am with people, I kind of feel like I need to be switched on, and I kind of with them all the time, and I'm talking all the time, and I have to be really careful myself not to do that. So definitely kind of making sure that you're communicating your needs to people when you are away. If you're away with your family that you live with, then maybe that's something that you don't need to do so much of. But if you're not, if you're away with people you don't normally live with, then communicating is important. I also really like to have my own room, as you can see here. I very, very rarely would share a room, and it's really important to me to be able to get that peace. And part of that is because I know that for me, a holiday needs to involve rest and recuperation, because I want to be ready to hit the ground running with my work when I get back as well. So in terms of getting back after holiday, because of course this can be just as hard, and I think especially for autistic, it's really, really hard if you've slowed down and shifted your routine to then shift it back again. It's like, how many routines do you want me to change? So that's also something to make sure you really think about, like, what is the schedule when you get home, and how are you going to get back into your normal day-to-day life. So I do that by making sure I've got those things planned in for when I get back. Although I have to tell you, when I get back, the day after I get back this time, I will be pitching for some business, a really dream job. So that's literally the day I get back. Oh, sorry, like the day after I get back. And in fact, I have an 8:30 coaching call on the day I get back as well, 8:30 a.m. So straight back into it, 8:30 a.m. that, then into the interview, which I will be doing some reading for and some prepping for when I'm away this week as well. And then I've got a few other things that are scheduled. I then go away again when we get back, and actually where I need to do a little bit more work is for when I get back from that trip. So I'm only back for 2 days before I go to Italy. I'm working with an accelerator program there, and so I'll be in Italy for 3 days before having 1 day and then needing to get back into the week after that. And that week after that is where I've got less things scheduled, so I need to work on what I'm thinking about doing on those days once I get back. Perhaps have a rest again, even though I'll have only just been on holiday, but I will have also had a very hectic time. So I'd love to know how holidays affect you and your work, and how you kind of get in and out of your work, and make sure your work doesn't really suffer, but you don't suffer as you go on holiday. I should say I am all for making sure you take a break, making sure you have adventures, making sure you have some fun, so you can get that perspective that you need to get when you're away. But do let me know. This has been a quick one, and I will see you soon. Bye.